We got our small garden behind us here, so it got really hot, get really dry real fast, and so we're gonna get all of our spring stuff out. I'll show you guys the update on this garden. Want to get all these like cold weather crops kind of out of here before they start to bolt. Doesn't really help the taste very much when it's hot all the time either, and they really need, like especially like the carrots, they need to be kind of moist throughout the whole growing season. So we're going to take these out, we're going to get what we can out of it. We're going to try to make the best use of them, even if they have to just be fed to the animals. My daughter's guinea pigs and the rabbits will sure appreciate them. And then we're going to try to get as much as we can to can with. And then what I want to do with these mineral tubs is I want to go ahead and basically get them ready for the fall garden. So I'm going to be inoculating them with kind of like a handful each of my red wigglers from inside, and so they can kind of start working that soil in. And then I'm going to put in some natural fertilizer in the form of rabbit droppings as a layer on top, kind of mix that in a little bit, and then let the worms do the trick there. A lot of times these worms won't make it through the winter, but sometimes they do, and they can kind of just basically mess with that soil underneath there and can continue to add like rabbit droppings and compost throughout the whole winter. But for this fall one, I'm hoping to get everything planted around, I don't know, September, into September maybe. And then hopefully we have enough growing season for them to get big. And then like the carrots especially, they need a little bit of cold to make them nice and sweet. So we're hoping that that fall garden will have a little bit more success as far as getting more flavorful vegetables. So definitely need to get in here, get these onions out. They've all bolted pretty well, so they're not gonna grow anymore. And so I don't know, this is the first time I've ever used like an onion that had sprouted to grow, but some of them got fairly big. We'll see how big the bulbs are. But anyway, we'll probably be able to use them no matter what. I'm gonna grab the kale. Kale's going to the rabbits. We're gonna grab all the beets, some carrots, see what they're like. Probably gonna go ahead and pull those out, and the radishes. Chickens aren't nearly as impressed with the water as the ducks are, huh? Ducks are coming. How's it? The baby chick's still hanging out with them, huh?
Uh-huh. Playing them as it's clock. Yeah, when I came out here last night about 1 o'clock in the morning, they were all sleeping like right here.
Oh man. Good thing you remembered that.
And I was just like, ugh. It bugged me enough that I was like,
That one little chick just hangs out with the ducks, but she's like, I don't understand why y'all like water so much. Those ducks get way bigger faster than the chick, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, so as you know from another video, we had some old onions from last year, and they were growing sprouts and stuff. So I went through there and I took the layers out. Each layer was kind of producing its own onion start. And so I just planted those in the ground. Actually, let's go back. I put them in water until they had roots, and then I put them in the ground. So we're gonna see today kind of what, if we are gonna try that again, if that was a success or not. As you can see, I kind of let the weeds go pretty badly around these. So I'm glad to get them out of the ground and sort of get the tiller in here and get this tilled back up. So got definitely some dry ground. Oh man, so look at this one. This one basically didn't form any bulb whatsoever, so that's not good. Yeah, so I'm expecting that most of these will be like this. So we'll get we can use these for like green onions and stuff, but obviously that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for the bigger onions. So let's go through, let's find the biggest one here and see what we have. So I'd say this is probably this one here. So let's dig this sucker up. Yeah, so it's a little bit bigger, but it's still not very big. So fortunately the onions did not do very well doing that, so that's pretty disappointing. Oh man, my wife's spraying me with this hose here. Yeah, but that's disappointing, but we can still use these. And then, I don't know, maybe think about planting some in the fall or something. But I'm gonna dig the rest of these up, and I'm gonna sit them in the sun for a little while and let them cure, and then we can use these up pretty quick. They're not the most impressive bulbs, but they are something. Maybe they'll be good flavor, and we can put them, you know, tacos or whatever.
Learning experience.
I guess I went directly through that one. Whoopsies. Get these cleaned off and let them sit out here in the sun for a little bit, kind of cure. But I mean, it wasn't like a complete failure. We do have onions. They're just small and weird shaped, and you know, that's what we got. But I can smell them. They're very pungent. They taste like onions, so you use them in soups or some soups, stews. Let's get all fat and sassy. We've been having some rabbit trouble as of late. Just coming and picking all the leaves off of the, strangely enough, the sweet pepper leaves, which is weird. They usually don't bother the peppers, but I'm gonna pulled some of these carrots. So I'm gonna push those and catch this sucker in the live trap, and then we can relocate those, and they can hopefully get out of our closed-in garden area, because they ain't supposed to be getting in here. So I'm gonna just throw this right there, a nice little dousing from the sprinkler, and hopefully we can catch a rabbit. I'm gonna get another one too. Oh God. Whew. All right, I'm gonna see and check on that every day. Taking these beets out, no matter how big or small they are. Those are beets as well. They're just a different variety. We're gonna pull all the beets today. Yep, it's just too hot for them. They're not gonna do well. They're gonna bolt and taste terrible. So this is the best we're gonna get. So some of these aren't too bad actually. So we can take these inside, can those, pickle them, pickle beets, and get something out of them. Tops you can use salad greens. You wash them off.
Did you want to dehydrate them and just use them in
Yeah, you can use them. You can dehydrate them, make a powder into them. It's like a supplemental powder. I'll put them in my morning smoothie or whatever, and you can supposed to help a lot of different things, and you use them almost as like a pre-workout, natural pre-workout. Okay, so the rest of those we'll just kind of work that back in, and then throw some fertilizer in there. I was thinking about, I'm gonna put my red worms in there, a handful of them, and they can kind of just work that fertilizer and stuff, all that stuff down in there, and we'll get them ready, because in September we can go ahead and plant beets, radishes, carrots, all that stuff again, because it'll take the cold. So it'll take a cold snap. And actually for carrots and stuff, having them get a cold snap will actually make their roots sweeter, so it makes carrots actually sweeter. Some of these got to pretty good size.
How do I wash this?
I know. He's always lecturing me. These smaller, sort of inferior carrots, I'm just going to split these up between the rabbits. Let them go to town on them, because once we peel these, there ain't really much. It's just basically a baby carrot. These just didn't really take off. Too crowded, most likely. So the rabbits will truly enjoy them though. They'll eat the tops and the roots, and they'll really enjoy that. Look at her go. She's freaking excited about that. She ran out here. She kind of likes this time of year when we got the produce that's just a little inferior or too small or whatever. It's just kind of waste. Or even like the tops, when we do beets, we'll take the tops off and we just don't get to eating all of them. We'll give them to the rabbits, and they really, really like it. Look at it. She took that root and just like made it gone. She's just devouring it. She's never really liked the pellets. She likes the green food more. Good stuff. I'm gonna go big and strong, huh? Build strong bones. The harvest today is these cucumbers over here. Some big ones on this side here. These are the Boston pickling. They're pretty productive. Yeah, it may be because it's vining out. Seems like the more you pick, the more they produce. A lot of pickles. I think it's time to pickle, or I mean cucumbers. I think it's time to pickle cucumbers. So I got done cleaning up the beets here. So for this year's harvest, got this nice big bowl of cut beets. Everything's been cleaned and they're just soaking in some cold water until I figure out what exactly I want to do with them. I still have some powder left from last year for my pre-workout stuff. So I may pickle some if I have enough. If I don't think I have enough of that, I might just make some more powder of them. I'm not sure yet, but over here we got some cleaned up beet tops that we're going to be making greens with. So I've been saving some bacon grease over here, so it doesn't look super appealing, but throw some bacon grease and a little bit of butter, and then throw these in there with it, and sprinkle some pieces of bacon over it, and it turns out really, really good. And instead of throwing it away or composting it, it can be a meal or two.